We also need to thank the invaders that we sometimes forget. We've been invaded today by Trois-Rivières. Last week, I believe we've, well, no, the week before that because last week was Christmas, but the week before that we were also invaded by Sherbrooke. I believe the twins, other one and Exnov were with us. I'm not sure if there were any other players from Sherbrooke, but well, I guess they count for Victoriaville, but whatever. It's still nice to have players from the province, but not necessarily in Quebec City, support us in our weeklies.
Yeah, people are just looking to put in as much time in the game as possible at this point. The best way to gain experience is, of course, playing as many people as you can, many different people as you can. Not only to gain matchup-wise, matchup experience, but also people experience. So every single person plays differently. It does not matter which character they play. You might think that you have good experience against a certain character, for example, but two people could play it very differently, and that will, of course, catch you off guard if you're not prepared. So if I have one advice for people looking to get into this game, play as many people as you can. Stronger than you if possible.
Yeah. And just to take an example, we were talking about a player that a character that two players can play differently. Just Young Link, for example. I'm used to Young Links have this kind of mix-up between range and melee. But I also played against Picsou, who's more of a projectile-heavy player. And it totally threw me off guard when I played against another Young Link because I was so used to Picsou's approach.
Yeah.
So it's really important for you to play not just one player of a specific character, but try to have some variety if you're trying to master a matchup, for example.
Start battle. Lucina. Greninja.
I saw someone, like on stream, his tag was 1234, and I was expecting a me for some reason. But here we are with the Lucina Greninja matchup.
Greninja Battlefield, the first stage. All right, let's go. Never seen these two guys play. It's the first time I actually lay eyes on such gameplay. So button check first.
You know, during Smash 4, I mean, Lucina, while Quebec City was, we used to call it as a joke, Blade Dance or Swordy City because we had so many Martina players.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, they all dropped Marth and Lucina, despite them still being absolutely viable.
Except Mudkip, I think, right?
I think I saw him mention that he wasn't a fan of Lucina in singles, but he'd still play her in dubs. I believe Max Ginamadkips, as we call him, still, well, not still, but he currently plays Daisy.
Daisy, all right. Yeah, he was a Peach main in Melee in Project M, I think.
And he played some Peach in Smash 4 as well.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Amazing character, as we just saw prior to this set. But knowing him, he'll probably change characters 10 to 12 times.
He's having a bit of a character crisis. I believe the first 2 weeks he was playing Pikachu.
Yeah.
And I think he feels that they're not compatible. Like, he doesn't blame the character, it's just that he's not able to make it work, so he's trying to get something more, or still rush down, but something different than Pikachu, so he's playing Daisy.
Right, so I had thought that we chose a stage already, but we didn't choose a stage. Good thing I'm off tomorrow.
Good for you.
Yeah, having weekends on Fridays and Saturdays is not ideal, to put it lightly. But yeah, I can be here for as long as I want tonight.
Could you have made it if the weekly was yesterday, or would you have made it if the weekly was yesterday?
Yeah, oh yeah, I would still have made it. Might not have stayed as long as I will stay tonight, but I'm actually looking into having a parking pass to simplify my commute, which I did not have prior. So tonight it cost me $12 to park, which I'm not a fan of, and I have to stop at the pay booth every single time. So I'm gonna find myself a parking pass just for Wednesdays. Come here every Wednesday, leave when I want, or feel like I can leave satisfied. So it's gonna be Omega Battlefield.
Not a fan.
Well, it's clear at least. So
Yeah, I guess it looks
we
nice.
can see everything there. I personally think that FD in this game is not as I don't have the good word for it. I don't have a good word, but I don't think it's as bad in this game as it was in the previous game. So both players trying to feel each other right now. Greninja gets a down tilt, no follows though. Gets another down tilt, this time goes for forward air. That's going to connect, but no real threat to losing a stock just yet. Establishing projectile pressure, but forward smash coming seemingly out of nowhere. Alright, so at the right side of the edge, Greninja in a serious disadvantage position, but nobody's going to capitalize on anything here. Both players just being patient and not trying to over-engage here. Gets another forward smash, goes for the dash attack, the Nair afterwards will not connect. Goes for up tilt, Nair once again, not connecting, good jump out.
Vegas playing slightly stationary. Oh, okay. So yeah, Vegas playing somewhat stationary, trying to space out Kiwi, but Kiwi is playing more of an evasive type and is trying to capitalize from Veg mistakes.
So recovers on stage with his Shuriken. Already 34%, goes for a downer, 44% now. Another fully charged Shuriken. I believe Fair would have been a better option here, but they're not connecting and we're back in neutral. I might not have played enough against Greninja, but I feel like the shadow from side B is a bit more tricky in this game. It's a bit harder to clearly spot the shadow. That might be just me. So far, full stock advantage for Kiwi. Tries to go for Fair, not connecting. Goes for another up tilt. Fair will not connect. Still trying to chase though. Oh, that is going to connect. Yeah, this one is going to do it. So Veg actually trying to find an opening here to actually try to land the first stock here.
Kiwi is having no trouble just taking over stage, taking the stage control and forcing Veg to do unsafe options. Racking up damage just by Veg trying to get back on. Yeah.
That's going to be it. An ill-advised Shadow Sneak. That was called the end here. Went for short hop instead of a full hop there to get the Fair, not connecting. Fully charged Shuriken sending Lucina all the way to the other side of the stage.
Very nice.
Good coverage with the forward tilt. He had the right read again. I think it's not the first time that Veg was rolling off the edge and Kiwi started to get a read on it. Once again. Forward smash, that's going to be it. I just wonder how we struck to FD if there's so many stages and a Lucina in play. I don't think that Lucina per se is bad on FD, but have a stage with platforms, man.
It's such a great stage for Greninja.
Yeah.
Especially with a character who, as Lucina, is really good at sharking under platforms and using platforms in general to convert her combos, extend them, actually. And one of Kiwi's strength here was to bait options from Lucina and just capitalize and go in with dash attacks and fairs and nairs. Racked up plenty of damage just by Lucina desperately trying to close a first stock.
Yeah.
Seems like Veg could profit from a more patient playstyle here.
And a better stage,
And platform,
I feel like,
and platforms.
So I didn't quite catch the stage choice, but we're gonna go with the same characters. I do hope that the counter victor was a stage with platforms this time. I believe Lucina would greatly benefit from that advantage. Greninja can extend combos on platforms, but yeah, okay, so we're gonna go with the normal version of Battlefield this time. This is not necessarily a huge downgrade for Greninja, but that is a huge upgrade for Lucina here, so.
It's going to be a big quality of life improvement for Lucina in this matchup, for sure.
Even if it's only for evading combos or landing more easily. So.
He's a slippery one even, Greninja. It's really tough to get back on stage against him. It's kind of a better Sheik right now.
Yeah. I think his killing options are better. Oh, that was an amazing edge guard. I think he's not gonna. Not even gonna make it back. That's such an improvement from last game by Veg.
Platform's already making a huge difference, I feel. He has foothold whenever Greninja is occupying the floor, so he's able to get away from the water shurikens.
And he can land so much easier. Good confirm with the down tilt into fair. We'll evade the shuriken. Gets a softed up smash. Let's see how he's going to make it back. Goes for Shadow Sneak. Will be punished by get up attack, but not much more ensues in that exchange. It's the complete opposite from last game this time. Veg with a clear advantage in that matchup now. Alright, goes for Shield Breaker, will not connect.
That up smash is still
good follow-up there.
That up smash is still as nasty as ever. It doesn't matter if you're hit or not by the sword, as long as you even touch her foot.
Meanwhile, we had an amazing read once again of a get-up roll by Kiwi, who just finished the stock with a forward smash, but he's still at a one-stock deficit. Shurikens are not even remotely as threatening with platforms this time. If there's one thing I would like to see, as I'm saying that, is more Dancing Blade punishes by Veg. I think it's not as good as it was in Smash 4, but it's still like one of the best punish options when you want to catch a landing or just inflict a quick percentage. It'll stuff almost everything. So.
And he's really quick on to drop his shield, right? So the Blade Dance would catch his options.
So Greninja will make it back from this attempt. Good counter. I believe this is the first one he landed. Goes a little bit too deep, but not gonna matter. He's gonna get, yeah.
Absolutely.
So Veg was dead here, went a little bit too deep, but he was able to recover still. Well, recover the stock, but he was able to stage spike Kiwi there, who was maybe a bit greedy himself as well. So you wouldn't expect that by the look of game one we would see a game two, but the stage change made a huge difference in that matchup. Not even remotely close as close as game one. So if you can ban stages with least platforms. Okay, so that's a good balance between the two here, Pokemon Stadium 2. I think it's a fairly good neutral stage, at least in that matchup's regards. Greninja will have an easier time than Battlefield. Lucina maybe a little bit less, but still will have platforms and opportunities to shark under and to evade shurikens, just like this already. Makes a huge difference. So Kiwi, the aggressive playstyle right off the bat, tries to get a grab, doesn't get anything after up throw. And there's the dancing play with it. And good punish with the forward smash, bit greedy with the... That could have been nasty for Greninja right there. For Shadow Sneak once again. I think he goes for one too many Shadow Sneak. Just a bit too many.
And you can tell that Veg is catching up on that. Just charging the forward smash is hoping to...
Oh, it catches the 2 frames!
And just as I say it, yep. This is when you need to start mixing up your approaches and recovery.
Shadow Sneak again. I think that anything else would have been a better option than Shadow Sneak that would have punished that landing. Even Shuriken would have been better. A fully charged Shuriken would have done, I think, a better job at punishing that landing. Shadow Sneak did not connect there. He had to go for a counter afterwards. Drag down up air, that will not lead to a big punish. Gets a grab instead. But Veg will catch the edge there. And a little break. Forward smash.
I think that may have been a bad DI. I
think
don't
so
think
too.
that should have killed.
Especially from the other side of the stage, no sparks. So a closer game, exactly as we predicted with the stage, would be a matchup that's a little bit more even this time. Shadow Sneak, yeah, this time happens to punish the counter. This time will not make a difference.
Oh, okay. It's Greninja, so it's fine.
You could tell he panicked a beat there. Good up air.
Nice tilts. Very good spacing, actually.
Better reactions out of shield by Veg as well. In that game, in the second one, as compared to the first game. Jab 1-2. Sending Greninja off stage. He's going to capitalize somehow. He's not going to make it back from this. So only one stock left for Kiwi to try and redeem himself and stay in that winner bracket. Oh, down air to forward smash. That was nasty. Early combo. Gets the forward throw. Tries to go for down air. Unfortunately, Greninja was nowhere near that. Still continues pummeling into the Greninja, not letting him breathe. But he's going to finally have the jabs, but he's almost a complete stock down. Once again, the Shadow Sneak will come to bite him. Veg will, and he's not going to make it back. That's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote. So amazing, amazing comeback. Starting game 2 from Veg here, who secures a spot in round 2.